welcome back. So today I am going to show you my flawless foundation routine and the things that I do before my foundation to kind of prep my face for makeup. So if you would like to see the steps that I take to get a flawless base, then just keep watching. So before you apply any makeup, you always want to make sure you have nice, clean skin. So to start off, I'm going to start off with my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Deep Dive Cleansing Gel. I do have water on my face. I'm just going to put a pump into my hand and start applying it to my face. It foams up really well and I love it. After it is basically put all over my face, I like to take my brush. This is from Vanity Planet. This is one of my all-time favorite face brushes. It has a really soft tip on it right now. It does also come with this container and it has two other heads. One is a more exfoliator head and then one is like a rubbery head. I do have the softest one on it, which is the one I use most, and I'm just going to buff this all over my face. And what I love about this is that it's nice and soft, so it really cleans the face, and it does have two settings, so I have it on the slowest one now, but you can make it to the faster one, and as you can see, it just really foams up. Alright, and then I will just wash my face off with water, and I will be right back. So once all the product is off my face, I'll obviously take a towel, and I will just lightly tap my face. I'm not going to rub my face, and I'm just going to pat my face dry. For this Vanity Planet skin brush, I do have a discount code. I will leave it down below in the description box and I'll leave the link of where you can get it. So this product is normally $125, but if you use my discount code, you can get it for $38. So that's really, really great. So make sure that you're using the discount code so you are saving some money. Now that my face is feeling all clean, I'm going to go in with some moisture, and what I have been loving for my face moisturizer is my Garnier Skin Active Clearly Brighter Sunscreen Moisturizer. I love this because there's sunscreen in it, so if I go outside, my face will be protected. So I am just going to put a couple pumps onto my fingers, and I'm going to work this into my skin. So it's really important to moisturize your skin before you put foundation on. You want a nice, clean, even, smooth base. So it's very important that you are always moisturizing before you put any type of foundation on. Alright, after the moisturizer is nice and soaked into my skin, I like to take another Tarte product. This is my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. So I have dry skin, so I need as much moisture as possible, so I just like to spray this around my face. And this smells so good. If you haven't smelled this, you definitely need to. It smells like grapefruits and it just feels so refreshing on the skin. So after I have all of my moisturizers on, I will go in with a primer or a couple of primers. This first primer that I'm going to go in with is the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. So this one is like a replenishing face primer. It is coconut scented and I love that. So I'm just going to put a couple pumps, like 2. And I'm just going to work it into this part of my face, and anywhere else I'm just going to try to rub around the perimeter. So I like to put most of this product in like the center of my face, and then I will work it all the way out to the outer part of my face. Alright, so after that primer, I like to go in with my Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. This one I only put on the areas of my face where I have enlarged pores. So I just take about this much on my finger and I'll just put it kind of right next to my nose, on my nose, and just a little bit on my chin area. And I will just blend that into my skin. So I find that I don't need this pore minimizing primer everywhere on my face. I don't really have big pores everywhere on my face, just basically in these areas. So the foundation I'm going to be using is expensive, and I know it's expensive, but it is the one I have been using most because I find it just gives such a flawless finish. So it is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I do have two shades. I have 6.5 and 7.5, and I have to mix these two together to get my perfect shade, but make sure that you shake up your foundation, whichever one you are using. So to apply my foundation first, I'm going to use my Sigma F80 Kabuki brush. I love this brush, and I'm going to do one pump of my 7.5, and then I'm going to do one pump of my 6.5. And usually that does a pretty good job of matching to my neck. So I'm just going to start off by kind of dabbing it all over my face and then just kind of bouncing it on the skin. Once I've bounced most of the product around my face, I like to go in circular motions, just very lightly around my face, just to make sure everything is nicely blended. So I've also found that the more you work your foundation into your skin, the better it looks. So I like to really take my time and really buff it into my skin, really play around with the foundation, making sure it is in every little crevice of my face. And I don't really feel like there's ever a thing called overworking it. I think the more you work it, the better the finish is going to be. So after I'm done with my FAD Kabuki brush, I will take my dampened beauty blender and I will just tap over this product again on my face just to make sure it is taking up any excess product that I don't need on my face and further working it even more into my skin. Alright, so once I have that foundation on, the base is done. I am going to show you how I like do my concealer and like set my powder and stuff. So the concealer I have been loving is the Kat Von D Laka Concealer. I have it in L11 Neutral, and I am going to put this under my eyes because you can see I didn't really put any foundation under my eyes. I don't find it necessary because I always put concealer on under there anyways. So I am just going to put this underneath my eyes in a triangle as everybody else does. If you want a flawless base, you want to make sure you are getting all areas that you want covered. So I really need to get those inner corners, and for highlighting you want to make sure you go down and up to kind of bring your face upwards. So I am just going to apply it like this. Alright, so after that I will obviously go back in with my beauty blender and I will just blend this out. You just want to make sure you are tapping it out. You do not want to drag it across your skin or you're going to remove it from the area that you placed it, and you placed it in a very particular spot, so you want to make sure you are keeping it there. So you just want to dab and like pat it into your skin. And then you want to make sure that you are always setting your concealer or it is going to crease on you. I have been loving the Kat Von D kind of translucent powder, the Locket powder, and I'm just taking this on a Sigma F35 tapered brush. This is my favorite for setting my under eyes, and I will just dab it like this and kind of pat it once again into my skin. When you're doing your face makeup, you never want to like drag it around your face. You always just want to do tapping motions and dabbing motions so everything stays in the spot that you put it. I personally like to set my foundation as well, and I loved to set mine with my medium golden mineralized skin finish from MAC. A lot of people don't like to set their foundation because they like that dewy look, and I do like that dewy look, but I like to set my foundation to make sure that it's going to stay all day. So I just pat it once again. I don't use too much product, I just kind of go like this and then tap it into my skin. And I try to stay away from the areas that I already put that lighter translucent powder, just to make sure that that area does stay lighter. So the last step that I'm going to show you is bronzer. So a bronzer that I have loved for a long time now is my Makeup Forever Pro Fusion Bronzer. This is in the shade 35i. So this is just one of my all-time favorite bronzers, and I love to use it with my Sigma F30 brush. It is nice and large, so it really just bronzes up the whole face. So I like to just tap into it, and what I love about this bronzer is that it's not too pigmented, that you can put a lot on your brush and then slowly work it into the face. And to get a nice flawless base of makeup, I think it's really important to really work everything into the skin. So I'm just going to go in with some of this, and I'm just going to start bronzing right by my cheekbones. So blending your bronzer is really, really important, obviously, so you just want to make sure you are going in big strokes to kind of bronze. Now this is not contouring, we're just bronzing up the skin, and I like to make sure I'm going in circular motions that are pretty big, but I'm keeping it in a precise area of where I like to bronze. So I'm not really bringing it any lower than like where we would contour, but I am making sure that everywhere gets bronzed that needs to be bronzed. I always bronze my forehead because I have like a 12 head. I have a super big forehead. So I like to make sure that I'm bronzing up that area to kind of try to slim it down just a little bit if possible. And you really want to make sure you are getting it into your hairline as well. Because if your hairline is like white, people are obviously going to know that you have tons of makeup on. It's going to look like a mask, so you really want to make sure you are getting it into your hairline. So after I apply my bronzer, I like to go back in with my big powder brush and just kind of dab everything out and kind of blend in circular motions just to make sure that everything is seamlessly blended together. Alright guys, so this is the final look. This is how I create my kind of flawless base, or what I think is flawless on my skin. So the finish of the foundation looks really nice, only because I started off with a nice clean face. Makeup application is important. It's very important to be good at makeup, but it's even more important to have a good like skincare routine and prep the skin before applying makeup. If you don't clean your face, if you don't prime, if you don't moisturize, all of those things, your base isn't going to be as good as it should be. So it's very important to make sure you prep your skin before you put makeup on, and then make sure you are working all of the products into your skin. I feel like that makes the most flawless base. So thank you so much for watching. I love all of you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.